In today's video, I'm going to be going over why eating more carbohydrates is going to help you lose more fat. So, got a pretty cool DM come through my Instagram which says, "Hi Maxino," that's not my name by the way, "do I really need to stop eating carbohydrates to lose fat? I've heard so many different things about carbohydrates, but I've also heard that it's your calories that matter as I love eating carbs. Can you explain this in the video?" I'm a big fan of carbohydrates in a diet, okay? And the reason why I say eating more carbohydrates will make you lose more fat is because the best diet out there for you or for me or for anybody watching this is the one that you find the least restrictive and that you can stick to long term. And for the majority of people, that isn't a low carb or no carb approach. We know that calories reign supreme when it comes to fat loss. Calories are the most important thing, protein is underneath it, and carbs and fats you can change around to fit your day, okay? So why am I kind of against low carbohydrates or these no carb diets? As I said, we need to stick to this plan long term. There's no point getting lean if you can't hold it. The point is to lose weight and keep it off long term. And if you've demonized carbohydrates and you think, if I eat carbohydrates, I'll get fat, or I don't respond well to carbohydrates, if I look at bread, I get fat. That's not true. Bread doesn't make you fat. Too many calories make you fat. We need to be in a calorie deficit to lose body fat. And it makes sense to me to have the most balanced approach as possible. This means a moderate to high protein diet, as it keeps you full, which I'll get into later, moderate carbohydrates and moderate fats. We do not need to delete one, add this in and change things around. This is why, keto works well, because your calories end up coming down. If you eat too many calories in keto, you'll get very, very fat. If you go low carbohydrates, super high fat, you can get fat. If you go high carb, high fat, you can get fat. It's the overall number of calories that matter, okay? So another thing that I see people run into, okay, with carbohydrates is people will drop them too low. And what that does is that brings your calories down too low. This is a huge problem if the goal is to stick to something long term. We want to be in a moderate calorie deficit, everything in moderation, a small calorie deficit, a training plan we can stick to. People that go too extreme end up falling off along the way. When your deficit is too big, so if you completely cut carbohydrates out and you're in, let's say, a 1,000 calorie deficit for you, you'll find that things start to slow down. You don't walk as much. You don't want to train. Cardio feels like a drag. Everything feels difficult. Your body has almost like a defense mechanism to save energy and will literally slow things down. I have videos of me when I was doing a prep for my competition that I did, that I'll never do again, where I'm literally talking like this in my videos, kind of absolutely knackered, and I didn't even have any energy to talk. My body had completely slowed things down to try and maintain any fat that I had left, okay? A balanced, sustainable approach is the way forward. Like I've just said, we sit slightly under our maintenance calories when it's time to lose body fat, okay? And then we can increase that deficit through cardio, through steps, and through training. Carbohydrates are an important part of your diet. Let me say it again, they don't make you fat. They will help with your training. They will fuel your sessions. They will make you look considerably better the leaner you get. You look flat without them, you look full with them. They hold water, so they're gonna help with performance. So when it comes to losing body fat, your best bet is to start with your carbohydrates as high as possible while still being in a calorie deficit. There's loads of calorie calculators and maintenance calculators out there that you can just have a look at. Put your carbohydrates, as high as possible and work down from there. As you go through the stages of your diet, you increase output, you decrease carbohydrates. Yes, we're probably going to finish a fat loss plan on lower carbohydrates, but you do not want to start it. The goal is to stick to this. We want to stay lean long term, and cutting food groups out is a big no-no when it comes to longevity. If you found this video helpful, let me know and I'll keep making more of them.